my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we, baby? Yes, yes, yes. We have new t-shirts, my darlings. We have our Powerpuff Superwoman. It had to be her. It could not be anybody else. As you very well know, she is the first and front and center of every episode, and she represents us. She represents all of us. She represents our strength. She represents our fabulosity. She represents eating our salads and minding our business. And baby, what is delayed is not denied. We have come out with the baby blue, and when you turn around, we have what is delayed is not denied. We did longer sleeves this time around for our girlies. For those of you that are conscious of your upper arms, I got you, mama. We also have what? The crew neck, so that you are comfortable with your limousine girlies and you can go everywhere and anywhere. We have no tags. Instead, I made sure that it was a print so that you have no reactions. There you go, my darlings. Are we living and loving? Beautiful cotton. Might I add that we ship internationally. We have it in our beautiful sky blue for a punch of color for spring. We also have it in cream, my darlings. Yes, yes, yes. And sizes small to 4X. I went out yesterday. Was it day before yesterday? And when I tell you the amount of compliments that I got, I screamed. I was like, is there something that I do not know? And I was so impressed with the amount of guys that said, I need this for my mom, I need this for my wife, I need it for my girlfriend, for my sister, for my cousins. And they just kept on asking. I was at the mall, and it was unbelievable. You can tuck her in. It's a long tee, and you will absolutely what? Absolutely love her. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy. Yes, darlings, the links are below. Go ahead and get yours. If we sell out, I will order more. All right? Love you, and thank you. Mwah. Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? We are back with, I think, episode 5 of the Ashlee Jenae Robinson case. While we are still waiting for the autopsy results, of which we should have had on Friday, there have been a couple of updates that I want to share with you. First and foremost, I wanted to say a couple of things because I have seen that there have been some comments about Ashlee's parents. Their response to her death does not seem genuine. They don't seem to care. I think that's a terrible assumption, and that's a terrible thing to say about anybody that is grieving over their child. They have been thrown into the spotlight for all of the wrong reasons. They have lost their daughter. They have had to stop their lives. They are not going to work. Regardless of what is going on and how this plays out, they have bills to pay every 30 days. They don't know how to react. They are scared, and they are in mourning. And they have every news outlet and blogger, influencer in their face looking for a response. And with all of that, they never knew that the last time when they spoke to Ashlee, most probably on the 8th of April, that was the last time. Don't assume anything about this family. It is a club nobody wants to belong to. They are struggling, and believe you me, they are going through the most unimaginable behind the scenes.
Ashlee, she's no longer here with us, and we're trying to find out why.
On April 5th, influencer Ashlee Robinson, who goes by Ashlee Jenae on Instagram, was celebrating her 31st birthday in Zanzibar, Tanzania. She was on the vacation with her boyfriend of 1 year, who popped the question just 2 days before.
She was starting the next chapter of her life. She called us and FaceTimed us to share with us her travel.
Ashlee's mother says she never would have expected that less than a week later, her daughter would be dead. On April 8th, she says Ashlee called saying she and her fiance got into an argument and were moved to separate rooms. The next day, she received another call, this time from her fiance.
He told me that Ashlee did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital. I said, what happened, when? And he told me it had been 11 hours prior.
Hours later, the luxury resort the couple was staying at called saying that Ashlee passed away. According to the hospital's medical report, Ashlee had an unidentified mark around her neck. They wrote, according to her husband, he found she hung herself on the door with several question marks.
Sometime Jill went back to the room with security, and that's how they found her.
Ashlee was also taken to a second hospital who listed her cause of death as cerebral hypoxia by strangulation and suffocation.
She's never done anything that would ever lead me to believe that she would do something to harm herself.
A lot of you are also asking, Fumi, she's American, she's not African, why do you care? I'm an American, I'm African, I'm the world. I care because this could have been my daughter. This could have been anybody's daughter. I stand for what is right and for what is wrong, and I've taken a particular investment in this case because of Shanquella Robinson, another case that drew to my heart, and because this happened on African soil. And I happen to know a part of this mentality and understanding because I am African, and because there is nobody in Tanzania, Zanzibar, who is on Ashlee's side. Not one person. Which means documents can be doctored, lies are being told, the truth is being hidden, evidence is not brought up, people are scared, people are being bribed, people are running away, and the entire tourism is under scrutiny and intense hostility. I said the last time that this is the Ashlee effect. You know why? It's the top of the pyramid is going to crash all the way down. Because this is bigger than Ashlee. And it is going to open up the floodgates to all that has been going on for decades. I have a list here because I don't want to forget anything. Okay? So let me start from the beginning. I don't believe anything that I have heard about Ashlee Jenae Robinson's case in Zanzibar, Tanzania. I don't believe anything. We were told that she was hanging by the back of the door. Now we find out that she was in the wardrobe. Like I said, where was a stool, a chair, a table, anything for her to holster her place up there? The bus boy came and he was petrified and ran away. It occurred to me a couple of things. Could it be a situation because Joe and Ashlee had a fight? Villa 24 was so fed up with Villa 25. And this is a gated community where they were screaming and shouting so much that Villa 24 had to complain. Now, it occurred to me it wasn't only screaming and shouting. It had to be combative, physically combative. Physically what? Physically combative, that they had to be separated. Joe was moved to Villa 65. It only just occurred to me what a terrible mistake. They should have left Joe in that villa and taken Ashlee to an unknown villa. But we have come to find out, as I've mentioned by other episodes, that Joe is a regular in Zanzibar. That Joe has been traveling to Zanzibar for years. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
So, my source told me that Joe is a frequent visitor of Zanzibar. And he is well known by hotels, staff, and people. So he has frequented Zanzibar. And my source said they were arguing about him cheating on her. He would leave the villa to go to other women at night.
And other women, would it be local women?
Yes. And then they also said that there was an argument at I think at the reception or something like that. Outside, there was also another argument. Somebody was flirting with Ashlee, and he got offended, and she started screaming about him cheating on her. That is what my source said. And he said that the police have arrested about 10 people who are suspected of being involved in terms of investigation-wise. The hotel staff, some people, also his friend. He had a friend there.
Wait, who had a friend there? Gotta be clear.
Joe McCann had a friend in Zanzibar. And that friend has been arrested too.
Was this a male friend?
Yes, a man.
So he had a man with him at this resort that has been detained.
Yes.
Is this a white male? Do we know anything? Is this a foreign male? Do we know any specifics?
Yes, I have been told he's a white male. The police are going to release the postmortem on Friday. And also the police are holding on to all types of video and photos in terms of evidence. They're holding on to anything that is video and pictures. They said that it's going to impede the investigation. What has come to my attention is Ashlee had another Instagram page that has been taken down.
Her Instagram has been taken down?
She had a different Instagram page. She had two.
Do you know what it was?
It had pictures. I saw the person who took the pictures from that Instagram page. I saw its proof, but that page has been taken down.
Okay, you guys, I'm just marinating. So it sounds like this is a little bit deeper than what we initially thought. And it sounds like there's still some conflicting details. We would need everyone to operate in good faith in order for us to get the full story.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say that he chose Tanzania because the country has no good relationship with the U.S., first of all, because they're on the ban list. So everything that's going to come out is not going to be authentic. I do not believe in the justice system of Zanzibar. Let me say that. I'm an African. I'm in Africa. You can say whatever you want about me, but I'm going to speak the truth. And he is known. He's a frequent, visitor. They know him. That changes the story. It's not like somebody who just went there for the first time. And then he also chose a place where the police can be bribed.
Okay, elaborate on that. Tell us a little bit about the culture in foreign countries such as Zanzibar or Tanzania, Africa. How are white men viewed there?
Basically, they worship them.
You said worship?
Yeah, kind of like they hold them in high regard. So I talked to my source, and my source told me the man did it.
Wow.
Everything.
From your source.
Yes.
Your source said what?
The man did it.
You have to use names.
He did it. He said Joe McCann did it, and he's the one that put her there. That's what he said. And my source is a doctor in Zanzibar.
Oh, shit. Oh, my gosh. Let's go back over the initial report of the hospital. See, a hospital doesn't have a dog in this fight. The hospital doesn't know Joe. The hotel staff, the resort staff, they're familiar with Joe. And if you look at the initial report, they said because
the hospital staff have a dog in this fight. Like I said, we do not know if Joe has done this before. We don't know whether Ashlee is not the first casualty. You're operating on American mentality, on integrity, on oath. I don't blame you at all. I don't. We are talking about Tanzania. We are talking about money will buy everything. You don't even know who is buried in the ground. I'm being real. Wait for the punchline. Joe also invested with a friend there in the medical field. What do you mean, Fumi? I mean that he had invested in ambulance access there. He had invested in the medical field, and that's what we know. We don't even know to what extent. So that connects him not only to the villas and to these wonderful spaces and places that they were going to, of which he's close friends with the owner, but it also connects him to the hospitals and to the medical staff. Joe is an influential person out in Zanzibar, and he has invested his own personal money in there. Upon reflection, if this hadn't turned the way that it did, we would have said this is a wonderful thing to do. Why? Because in my country, Nigeria, where we had Anthony Joshua, the boxer, go home for Christmas with his two friends that had a terrible, disastrous accident of which they lost their lives, there were no ambulances to take them to the hospital. They were laid out on the ground and you saw their bodies deceased as it was. They took Anthony Joshua in a car because there were no ambulances. I am trying to give you an insight of what Zanzibar is and different parts of Africa. Not all of Africa. Different countries, different parts, different seasons. A Fumi Nation sister sent me this message. And this is what she had to say. Hi Fumi, I've been to Zanzibar a few times. You do not take no one in April for a romantic getaway cause from March to May it is rainy season. Floods, the roads to Nwanguo up north to Unguaya Island are bad, and without rain or traffic, the only hospital in the island, they have small private clinics for minor issues, otherwise known from Queen Swahili as urgent care. Ashlee was rushed to urgent care when this incident happened. And so they have small private clinics for minor issues. Yeah, it is at least an hour and a half drive and located in Stone Town. Regardless, even if alive, she would have been brain dead by the time she got to the hospital. I concur. I believe Ashlee passed away in that hotel room. Hanging, as we very well know, does not take long. It's a very painful way to go. But according to the busboy who went into the room and saw her hanging and struggling, I think he said 7:55 or something like that, almost 8 o'clock. Nobody came to her aid until about an hour later. She was dead. That's why I'm telling you, it's all lies. I believe that something happened to Ashlee. allegedly, so many of you keep on telling me, Fumi, say allegedly, 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 by the hands of Joe. It got out of hand. There was a 3-hour time frame of which we do not know where Joe was. Until we get CCTV, until we get the cameras to know where Joe was, which was a 10-minute walk away from the Villa 25, we will not know exactly when and where Joe was. Do you know that when the bus boy came and was giving Ashlee the charger, it occurred to me, who's to say that Joe wasn't in the back of the house? That while her back was turned, Joe had walked in. Who's to say that he did not make the agreement with the bus boy and said, show up, ask her for anything? Because again, there are lies that she was outside the villa. And then we have stories that he came to the door because he was going from villa to villa asking if you needed any assistance. He didn't come back till 20-30 minutes after. Was that on the behest of Joe's orders or not? So when he opened the door and she stood up to speak to him, he came from the back. He had his 20 minutes with his friend, with his allegiance, to do what he did, and they holstered her up. And then when he came, he saw her hanging and struggling and went to ask for help and assistance. We don't know. I am trying to be her eyes over there because there's nobody there for this child. She's in the morgue and we do not have any autopsy. We don't have anything. But they are cooking up something because this has to go away, Joe. As much as we love you, as much as we allow you to do whatever you want to do out here in these streets, you're going to sink all of us like the Titanic. We will cut you off before we will sink. We have made too much investment in here. We would let you go. This is why everything has gone left, because nobody thought that this story would take off the way that it did. And I have to give my flowers to Queen Sheba, darling, because she's working overtime out here in the streets. In the last episode, I had mentioned, because she had talked about how Joe might not have anything to do with the medical field. Yes? And I interrupted and I said, Joe has everything to do with the medical field. He has everything to do with the doctors who signed off on what happened to Ashlee. We don't know, because money talks. Money talks more than you would believe. More than you would believe, because you think we're in America, there would be this, there would be that. No. This was off season. Joe brought Ashlee to a place that she had never been to before. They bought a package. They bought a package where you have the elephants, the giraffes. They will say happy birthday on the ground. Because I think I'm following this, I see it all over my TikTok. So I see package over package over package over package. That was what he brought. This is a girl who was asking for a charger. And in the next 5-10 minutes, she decided that, you know what, I'm going to hang myself. Why would she do that? Allegedly, she was a dancer at a high-end gentleman's club in Miami. Perhaps she met Joe there. Either way, it's sad that these young ladies are so superficial to their own deterrent, chasing the bag only to end up in a body bag. Hopefully they would check both of their phone, email records and surveillance cameras at the resort. I know darn well she didn't hang herself. It's just sad, and I hope justice is served. I bring it up, not what Ashlee was doing, but how Ashlee met Joe. It explains who Joe is, because Joe has a fetish for black women. That's his preference. He married one and divorced one, and so he goes to clubs and he has more access to his fetish, to his preference, because of the nature of how they meet them. In many ways, they are kind of submissive. In many ways, they are grateful. In many ways, their hand is out for money. I'm going to tell you something. I believe Ashlee worked at the club, but I don't believe she was a dancer. I believe also that she also had other jobs in the entertainment industry. We have Joe McCann, who had one or two things to say about her, and he described her very much as his little sister.
And none of the romantic choices, but if that's your homegirl and you love her and they vouch for that person. Ashlee and homeboy was at my birthday dinner. Yeah. They were at my birthday dinner. And I invited Ashlee the last 2 years to my birthday dinner. So this year I made it a point to get on the phone like, yo, this is the year. What's up? You gonna make it? And she was on some shit like, yeah, you know, just gotta check on my man, and I know we gotta drop off the stepkids and we gotta pick them up from school and they on spring break and this, and I'm on the phone like, for real? Like, yo, you playing stepmommy over there? I'm just saying, like, she wrecked the dude. Like a lot of people have an agenda on the internet, and I know what it looks like with this white guy and this young black girl. She loved this dude, and by all accounts, he appeared.
He did not love her. On his Instagram page, he has nothing. He does not even have anything about her. That is not a man, period. Black, white, blue, green, polka dot. That is not somebody that proposes to another woman. Where are his friends in solidarity, standing by him to say, we know him, we heard all he talked about Ashlee? The way Joe McCann is talking in solidarity about Ashlee and saying that, yes, she had mentioned this guy. They both came to my party. It's one-sided because he could afford her and he afforded her himself his treats. But he did not love Ashlee. He had no intention of carrying this relationship through. Ask the parents. Did you know Joe's parents? Did you know Joe's brothers, Joe's friends? Did you know any? To propose to my daughter, I gotta know. I got to know the brothers, the friends, the parents. Because he knew you. Because it was one-sided. That tells you how he met her. That tells you how, as they have said, that he did not show any emotion in Tanzania. He didn't care. Why? Because I humbly believe that allegedly he's done this before. That's another reason why he went into what? He went into and invested in the medical field. Let us go on to hear our beautiful Queen Sheba darling. She interviewed a young girl. Her name is T. Morgan, who happened to have been Ashlee's friend. Very important for you to listen to this.
Only for the friend, close friend of the deceased.
I've known Ashlee since elementary school. In high school, from elementary to high school, and a little bit when I was my first year in college, we were hanging out a lot too. This is us. We were like really close. I know a lot of people are like talking about certain tweets and stuff. Like, first of all, Ashlee dated black men. Like, Ashlee loved black people. She was black herself.
From your perspective and your personal belief, why do you feel like Joe would be capable of something like this?
I know for a fact that he paid them people off. And on top of it, this wasn't his first time going to Africa. He went to Africa multiple times. One of his close friends was an investor that actually invested in the ambulance for them to even have, like, medical transportation out there, which is crazy.
Hold on. So you're saying that he's involved with medical transportation where he and friends have invested to be able to transport people that are in need of medical care?
Yes, in that area. Yup, his friend. His personal friend.
Do you know who this friend is?
I do not know his name, but I know that is a fact.
Do you believe or know that if this was Ashlee's first time traveling with him to Zanzibar or Tanzania?
From what I believe it is.
Are the parents familiar with you?
Of course.
Yes. We, like I said, we grew up in elementary school and high school together. They know who I am. Her parents, they're going through a lot right now. And honestly, like, a lot of people keep commenting on, like, how strange her mom was acting, or her dad or people feel like, oh, why aren't they all hyping loud? Like, y'all gotta understand, this ain't just someone that's like getting killed, like some neighborhood type stuff, or just around the way, or just a regular dude that killed her over just anger or something like that. Like, nah, this is someone that knows high people in high places. So I feel like they have to also watch what they're saying too. Like, you don't know what could happen to them.
Okay. Is there a possibility that initially when Ashlee met Joe, it could have been a casual relationship? Young, beautiful black girl getting taken out, wine to die, just kind of courting, not seriously. Some people would describe it as, hey, that's he kind of a sugar daddy. And look, we're not doing this to put any emphasis or any negativity on Ashlee, but was this a whirlwind romance?
I mean, we don't know what it started off as initially, you know what I mean? Like, she did work in the, the bottle industry and stuff. And I know that he was, like, around going to different clubs and stuff in Miami. They could have met, who knows how they met, but I know that Ashlee did love this man now.
What state were you in?
We were in Jersey.
Okay. Okay.
But also like to let people know as well, Ashlee was also a fighter at spirit. So, like, she wasn't the type, like, if a man was disrespecting her, she wasn't the type just to sit quiet, and she wouldn't back down from anything. So that's what kind of makes me mad about this situation, because they did find strangulation marks on her neck, but now they're hiding it. Also want to let people know, like, not to judge her parents, not to judge anyone that's around her, because y'all don't know the severity of the situation. It's bigger than just Ashlee. Is way bigger. Some of y'all gotta just sit back and look at something from a bigger view. Don't just look at things as, oh, it's a young girl that's dating a man that's so naive, a white man that got money. No, it's deeper than that.
I believe that Ashlee did not back down when Joe was disrespecting her. Remember, Joe was going at night to sleep with the locals, with the local women, where I already know he was not spending up to a tippence of what he was spending with Ashlee. And they would have been very grateful. They wouldn't have argued with Joe. They were not talking back. He got angry with Ashlee because Ashlee was talking back to him. Because Ashlee said, you got it all the way twisted. Don't let this pretty face fool you. He got enraged. It got out of control because he has that God complex. And in so doing, it went too far. And they now needed the time. Ashlee passed away on the 8th. I'm absolutely convinced that after she spoke to her mother, that was the last time anybody saw or spoke to Ashlee alive, because she had already passed away. I don't know anybody. Please put it down in the comments for me and let me know. Do you know anybody who has stayed alive for an hour during hanging? I don't know anybody. She had passed away, and he now began to find a way to wrap all of this up, because he has bought the city of Zanzibar, for sure, that resort. Why doesn't it sound bizarre to you that the owner of this resort has not come out to give a public statement to say, I am so sad that this happened at my resort? It's like an accident happening in your house when you have all the children over your house for a party. The first thing you do is contact the parents and say, I am so sorry that he fell and he scratched himself. They were all playing outside, this, that, and the third. Is that not normal? That tells you how abnormal and how much of a deceit, a lie, and cover up the entire resort is doing over there. That's why they what? That is why they arrested 10 of them, including the busboy, or should I say the butler. That's why they arrested, because why? They're actually just sitting and they're trying to figure all of this out. What lie can we tell? What lie can we cover? You know why? You know why? I tell you. Because once they released the body to the parents, the father went to DC and I still appeal to them, and maybe they are going. You see, going to Africa is completely different. You have to make sure that you get your shots so that they don't get malaria. Malaria, which is very common in Africa, it can be very deadly to them because they are not immune to it. They live in a completely different continent. So it's not just easy to say, let us fly over there, let us get over there. They have to get visas, maybe also. They have to go to the embassies in order to get all of this in compliance with the country that they're going to. Again, I know this because I'm African. You cannot just go there like that with your American passport, because Zanzibar, Tanzania, they need visas to come to the United States. Again, the politics in it. So Zanzibar and other countries, the same thing with Nigeria, so many other West African countries, if we need visas with our African passports to go to America, guess what? The Africans have imposed it to you too. So you have to apply for your visa while you are going there. Do you have money there? Where are you staying? Who do you know? All the interrogations that the American embassy imposes to the Africans. You know what? You do us, we do you. That's why it might be taking them time. On top of that, they've got to make sure that they've got their shots. The embassies will ask them, have you taken your shots? Have you this? Have you that? We need to see your bank records so that you can afford to stay there. It applies across the board regardless of what is going on. This is why I am bringing out all of this knowledge for you to understand. He went to DC, and the embassies over there, they can only do so much. When they release the body of which they are holding, we will see the rope burns. We will see, because apparently she was hung by what? She was hung by a morning gown, of which, when you go to the hotels, they have those towel gowns for you to interchange in when you're relaxing or having your bath. Let me even bring one so that you guys can see. This is the towels that you will usually see at the hotels. They are telling us, there we go. They are telling us this is what Ashlee hung herself with. Let's have the visual. This is what they're telling us she hung herself with. So, we want to see whether it was asphyxiation, whether it was strangulation, whether it was suffocation. The autopsy will tell us exactly how she passed away. So you see, it's not that easy to release the body if you're going to tell a lie. Let me round up this chapter, but remember that I am going to be on top of this. I'm not going anywhere. The journalists in Tanzania, Zanzibar, have been told not to cover this story since day 3 of this incident. Why? Because the more they cover it, the more they release truths of where they're trying to cover lies. Ashlee, I'll do the best I can with what I got. I am so sorry this happened to you. You did not deserve this. And we are going to continue until we get justice. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you what? I'll see you sooner than later. All of my love. If they sell out, don't panic. Don't panic. I will order some more, okay? And then we have what? We have our tote bag. We have our tote bag with the thicker straps that you can carry with you, and you can take this to the gym. It's a sports bag. You can take it to the gym. You can take it to the supermarket. You can take it to work. It's got the logos on both ends. And I'm going to show you something also. You have a magnetic clip, so you can clip it in. It will hold in together. Also, when you pull it apart, you will have the label also in the bag, and then you've got a big purse right here to put all of your keys. But guess what? Multi-purpose, my darling. You can also fold this bag. So I'm going to show you as is. You just turn it in like so on both sides. There you go. You fold it. Guess what? you fold it into the opening pochette. And there you go. There you go. So you can have this as an extra shopping bag. You can have this as an extra bag when you're going anywhere, even on the airport when you're traveling. It's so handy. So handy. It's a canvas bag. It is absolutely washable. It does not change. And we have it in pink. We have it in orange. We have it in sky blue, of which I live and love. Yes, and then we also have it in ice cream because I love ice cream, and I also love yogurt. So baby girl, you are looking absolutely cute. I hope you enjoy these, my darlings. Bye bye.
ENITAN hair coach. I am UK's first ever hair coach and a trichologist. We are a team of trichologists and hair coaches here in W6 London, and we help those who are desperate and have tried and everything else has failed. We look after those who have chronic scalp concerns, flaky, itchy scalp that's been going on for many years. We help those that have hair loss that has progressed instead of improved, and we help those that just generally want to have a better understanding of better quality hair, length, volume, and reduce that dryness. Visit us by clicking